Hey there everyone, Hitesh here, back again with another video, and in this video we are talking about React Native versus Flutter. And yes, this is the video. In the comment section you're gonna find a lot of comments about, hey, you don't know Flutter is the future, hey, you don't know React Native is the future. But my dear friend, just because you like something is not the criteria of deciding whether Flutter is gaining the market or React Native is gaining the market. Which one is going to be the best for your upcoming project, or which one is going to be best for your future? These are no criteria because you like it or you see ton of feed in your LinkedIn or Facebook about Flutter or React Native. Again, both of them has got its pros and cons, so we're going to judge both of them based on some criteria that I've decided. So I'm putting up 10 criteria to decide whether the Flutter is having an advantage or the React Native is having the advantage. So based on these parameters, we're going to give star ratings to either Flutter or React Native, and we'll be deciding which one is gaining the popularity. Now, among these 10 criteria, the last one, the 10th one, is the most important one. It's almost like, have you seen the Harry Potter? It's almost like the Harry Potter Quidditch game, in which the snitch ball, the smaller golden one, if you catch that, that means the game is over and you have won the game. So the 10th criteria is the most important one. So before you write down the comment that says, hey, I don't like Zuckerberg, I don't like React Native, I like Flutter, hey, just hold on a second. You are feel free to write anything in the comment section, but hey, just wait for a second and just listen to this entire video, and then feel free to write your thoughts in the comment section. So grab a popcorn and let's have the debate about Flutter versus React Native. So ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's get started our match of React Native versus Flutter. On the right hand side we have got React Native, on the left hand side we have got Flutter. It looks like a boxing match, almost like it, and probably the comment section is also going to look like a boxing match. But again, let's get started. So point number 0. Hey, did you thought we're going to get started from 1? No, we are programmers. We're going to get started from the list number 0. On the list number 0, I have got one very amazing thing about Flutter and React Native, which is hot reloading. Now, I don't want to give any stars based on hot reloading, because if I had to give stars on hot reloading, I would give a star to Flutter as well as to React Native, because both includes hot reloading. Now this hot reloading is something in which you just write some code, save the code, and hit reload on a mobile app, on a native mobile app, and just reloads like a web page. Once you start using them, there is no going back. This is such an amazing feature which every single developer who is working on native code, either Swift or Java, really misses out a lot. Once you start using it, there is no going back. Moving on to our first criteria that we are going to use is going to be release date. Now, you might be thinking, hey, how can release date be a criteria? Now, my dear friend, release date includes a whole lot of potential, because the member who are getting first into the domain or the competition are always going to have upper hand. Whether you like it or not, there is always an upper hand. Now, React Native, Flutter, both are like equally. There is only just 2 years of difference between both of them, but still, our star is going to go React Native, because React Native was the first one to came into the market. I have seen in the Flutter website also that there are a lot of inspiration that's coming up with the React Native. But again, in this criteria, we are going to go for the release date. The star is going to go for React Native. Our next criteria for having this debate is going to be components. Now, you might be thinking, hey, we can design any component in both of them. But here is my point based on which I want to give these stars. Now, in the React Native, you get very less out of the box. You get only a few handful of things. That's good advantage, because you have to learn less things, and you can create any kind of component using third-party libraries. On the other hand, in the Flutter, we get, again, tons of components, and all of them are almost kind of a proprietary components. Now, it's not a good word to use proprietary here because they are open source, but the reason why I'm using a proprietary here is because they are all designed by a single team, the Google team. Now, in this one, I would like to give my star to actually Flutter. The reason being is that I really don't like to work much with the third-party components. Yes, they are great, they're amazing, but they might be just a side project for a programmer, or a hobby for a programmer, or might be a company. And on the other side, in the world of Flutter, we get all of these components and they are backed by the actual release person, which is Flutter or the Google, you can say. Now again, both companies are notoriously known for shutting down the projects, both Facebook and Google, so we're not going to go into that debate. Right now, my favorite thing is to work with the default component that right away ships with the Flutter. Again, a lot of the advantage comes up with when the Flutter and all these components are shipped in. For example, you have to work on navigation and tons of stuff which are directly cooked up in the Flutter. So my star is with the Flutter. Next up, the thing is the language. Now, language is again a very choiceable thing, and for you, Python might be a tough language. For me, it might be a super easy language. So again, it's all a very biased thing, but here is my point. Now, Flutter uses Dart as a programming language. React Native uses JavaScript as a programming language. Now, I'm going to give my honest opinion because I do have courses on both of them. I have a free course on JavaScript in case you are interested in that. I do have a Dart course if you are interested in getting into the Flutter as well. But again, I would say that my star is going to go with React Native because it uses JavaScript. Now, the reason is not because JavaScript is my favorite or anything like that. The reason is that already we have a huge community of programmers that are already working in JavaScript. So migrating into the mobile apps is much more easier for them rather than learning the Dart programming language. But again, it doesn't mean I totally want to be biased on JavaScript. Dart is also a super easy language, but again, learning a new programming language and adjusting yourself in it has its own learning curve. So based on that, I would like to give my star to React Native in this case. Next up that we're going to go for is docs or documentation. Now in this, I would like to give my star to Flutter. The reason for that is that Flutter documentation is so well written. It's super amazing. While React Native, we get so much less out of the box. That means we have to look into third-party documentation, which is not always so much fun. But again, this doesn't mean that the Flutter documentation is absolutely amazing. At some point, especially in the child using, and especially when you have get a lot of things which is super confusing. One thing that confuses a lot of beginners in the Flutter is how we are going to do the validation check. If you have designed any kind of forms in the Flutter, you might have noticed that they just say validation, validator. This is so confusingly written in the Flutter that everybody just, it's a pain in the rear. And there are a couple of other examples similar to this which are going to say, yeah, Flutter documentation is pretty amazing, but it can be a little bit more amazing if you can just dedicate a little bit more time on these documentation. And they're so amazing that I really want them to push a little bit more forward and make them the best documentation over the internet. Again, React Native stands a little bit just almost right there in the documentation part, but hey, my favorite one is Flutter. Next up, let's also talk about how your app looks like. And we're going to talk about native look. So how closely your app looks like to the native apps designed in Swift or Java. Now in this case, I would like to give my star to React Native, and some of you might be wondering for the situation. Now a lot of components that are cooked up with Flutter are actually designed to look like materialish. Now definitely there are some components which look like directly like the iOS one, but in the React Native, once you write the component, it automatically adopts for either the Android or iOS, and you don't have to write any much code. Your app right out of the box looks very closely to the native app, and that is a great advantage in case you want to make sure that your app looks really amazing and awesome and native. In that case, my star is going to go with the React Native because right out of the box, you don't have to write any code and it looks like that. Again, the Flutter is actually, the whole working criteria of Flutter is different. They try to use their components which always are going to look exactly same no matter what the device is. Again, these are different choice, but right now our criteria is native look. So that's why my star is going for React Native. Next up that we have got is the community. And without a doubt, there is no point of discussion that the star is going to go to React Native. Now, yes, the Flutter community is growing up nicely and Google is doing a lot of hard work in pushing so that community adopts it a lot, and there is a whole community to support the Flutter development. But again, right now, the current market is, if you're going to look for answers to your questions or to your problems, you're gonna find a whole lot of community with React Native. Again, the one main reason behind that is the release date. React Native came up first in the market. A lot of people have adopted it. That's why I think it's not really fair to say that star gonna give to React Native or Flutter. Definitely the community of Flutter is rising up, but right now the community is too much in the React Native. Next up that we are going to have is going to be the industry adaptation. Now, industry adaptation is one thing which is absolutely debatable. A lot of people are going to say, hey, new industries are adopting Flutter. But again, there you go. There is your question and there is your slight point which I would like to catch up. A lot of people are, yes, adopting Flutter, but right now a lot of companies are already working on React Native. That's why my star is going to the React Native, because industry adaptation is already quite huge and this builds up a lot of job market into the React Native world as well. So that's why the star is going into the React Native world. Now next up, which is the most important for a lot of programmer, is the state management. Now both of these app working life cycle or model or their design is based on the state management, both Flutter and React Native. Now both of them are fully compatible and skilled enough to make sure that they can handle any kind of state management. But again, for both of them, the inbuilt, the cooked up, or what comes up as a ship-in default, the state management is not so amazing. Now in the recent time, just a few months ago, the hooks of React Native is gaining a lot of traction, a lot of advantage, and a lot of praise in the community as well. While on the other hand, the Flutter is also managing state nicely. Now both of them deal up with the things differently. On the one hand, we have got Flutter, which the team itself says a lot that you should use block pattern, which is business logic component. Definitely, it's a great idea to work with that, but there is a ton of code and ton of learning curve if you want to go for the block pattern. On the other hand, the React Native, again, hooks are, and a lot of state management things which ships in default with React Native are pretty good, but again, most of the people still love to work with the Redux because it is amazing. Now, Redux is also available for Flutter as well, and a lot of people are trying to integrate it more and more further so that they can just still work with the Redux. So in this case, my star is gonna go with the Redux. Again, both of them definitely do have a lot of potential to show up in the future, but right now my star is going with the Redux, not with any of them, because the state management is still a big issue in both of them. Redux handles it nicely for the big and scalable application, and so does in the Flutter. So I'm not going to give star to any one of them. So last but not the least, the number 9th, if you are a programmer and counting it like that way, or if you are counting it as a regular person, the number 10. This is the most important thing while selecting anything like Flutter or React Native. The next one is, which one do you like the most? Because regardless of whatever the points I make or whatever the arguments I give about one or the other, I think you should choose the one which you love the most. And that is what I'm going to ask you to leave in the comment section. Which is the one which is your favorite, Flutter or React Native? So note down, notify me in the comment section below that which one is your favorite, and that's gonna be the snitch ball, the one that you like. So notify me in the comment section. And in case you are interested in learning React Native or Flutter, the best way to get started is take a look at my course on React Native. It's a full-fledged course with 20 projects at an amazing, ridiculous price that you're going to be super surprised to see. Again, we do have a team as well to help you in supporting your questions as well. And in case you want to get started with the Flutter, starting with the Dart programming language is going to be absolutely amazing choice, and I do have a course on that as well. So check out the link in the description section, and I hope you're going to enjoy that. But again, in case you are a total beginner, you want to get started with something like JavaScript or something, I do have a free playlist on JavaScript as well. So check out that. Woohoo! So much fun to create videos like this. Definitely it takes a lot of time and a lot of efforts, but I love creating these videos with more creativity, more fun. It helps me to understand my camera better, and it's too much fun. So that's it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. In case you want me to build more such comparison video, let me know in the comment section which one would you like to see next up. I would be really happy to read all of your comments, and that's it for this video. Let's catch up in the next one, and I hope you have already subscribed because I know you have already done it. That's it for this one. Let's catch up in the next one. Now I need to clean it up. It's a lot of mess.
Took some time, but we pointed out that tomorrow isn't here right now, baby. An absent mind came to roam around. Captured you in a foggy cloud, baby. Standing on my toes on the edge, I'm ready to go.